Hi and welcome to the Math Walkthrough, Cambridge IGCSE 2020 to 2022 Specimen Paper 3, 58003. Question 1a. The table shows part of a bus timetable. Yana leaves home at 10:50. She takes 14 minutes to walk to the bus stop at City Gate. At what time does she reach the bus stop? This would be at 11:04. Next, she gets on the next bus at Citygate and travels to Kingswood Park. At what time does the bus arrive at Kingswood Park? For the time she reaches the bus stop, her next bus is at 11:12, making her arrival at Kingswood Park being at 11:50 from the table. Next, work out how many minutes the bus takes to get from Citygate to Kingswood Park. The math should get us to 38 minutes. Question 1b. Ivan walks 1.5 kilometers from his home to Kingswood Park. He takes 20 minutes. Work out Ivan's average speed in kilometers per hour. With the average speed being distance in kilometers divided by time in hours, this comes to 4.5 kilometers per hour. Question 1c. The scale drawing shows a map of Kingswood Park. There are two straight paths and one circular path. The scale is 1 cm, representing 200 meters. Yana walks along the straight path from East Gate to West Gate. Work out the distance she walks. Give your answer in kilometers. With the measurement coming to 11 cm, one needs to times by 200 according to scale. This comes to 2,200 meters or 2.2 kilometers. Next, measure the bearing of South Gate from North Gate. Using a protractor, it is 150 degrees. Next, the entrance P to a children's play area is 500 meters from North Gate on a bearing of 195 degrees. Mark the position of P on the map. This is as shown on the diagram. Next, Ivan runs once around the circular path. Calculate the distance Ivan runs. With the measured diameter being 6 centimeters, this equates to the diameter being 1,200 meters. This implies that the radius is 600 meters and its circumference can be calculated by the formula 2 pi r with the radius being 600 meters. Question 2a. The diagram shows 5 number cards. Put 2 cards side by side to show a 2-digit number that is a multiple of 7. The possible answers are 21 and 28. Next, put 2 cards side by side to show a 2-digit square number. The possible responses are 16 and 81. Next, put 2 cards side by side to show a 2-digit cube number. The required answer is 27. Next, put 2 cards side by side to show a 2-digit prime number. The 4 possible answers are 17, 61, 67, and 71. Question 2b. Insert one pair of brackets into this statement to make it correct. The bracket needs to be inserted to encompass 5 minus 2 plus 3. Next, write 60 as a product of its prime factors. The prime factors are 2 by 2 by 3 by 5. Next, find the lowest common multiple of 36 and 60. Having formulated the product of prime factors for both 36 and 60, the lowest common multiple is the product of the prime factors that are non-repeating. Question 2d. Find the value of the stated expression. The required value is 0.9. Question 3. Joel spins a fair 5-sided spinner numbered 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Write down the probability that spinner lands on an odd number. This would be 2 out of the total of 5. Next, write down the probability that the spinner lands on a prime number. There being 3 prime numbers, it comes to 3 over 5. Next, write down the probability that the spinner lands on the number 7. There isn't a number 7 on the 5-sided spinner, hence the probability is 0. Question 3b. The table shows the results of its first 20 spins. Write down the mode. The mode is 4, being the one with the largest frequency. Next, calculate the mean. The mean can be calculated by the sum of product of the number and its associated frequency, and this total being divided by 20. Next, Joel wants to draw a pie chart to show the results in the table. Show that the sector angle for the number 2 is 54 degrees. The required sector angle is 360 degrees against the ratio of 3/20. Next, find the sector angle for the number 6. This angle is 360 degrees against the ratio 5/20. Question 3c. Joel asked 30 students to guess the number that the spinner will land on next. This pie chart shows the results. The sector angle for the number 6 is 168 degrees. How many students guessed the number 6? This will be multiplying 30 with the ratio of 168 against 360. Next, find the percentage of the students who guessed a number less than 5. In identifying the number of students guessing the number 5 being 3 using its sector angle, we can identify the number of students who have guessed number less than 5 as being equal to the total of 30 minus 14 minus 3. The required percentage is therefore 13/30 times 100%. Next, Joel spins the spinner. 10% of the students guessed correctly. Which number did the spinner land on? 10% of the students equate to 3, with an associated angle being equal to 36 degrees. The spinner can land on either 5 or 3. Question 4. A farmer has 45 horses and 20 cows. Write this as a ratio of horses to cows and give your answer in its simplest form. Horses to cows in its raw form is 45/20, and by dividing this by its highest common factor, it comes to its simplified form of 9/4. Next, the farmer wants the ratio of horses to cows to equal 5/3. He keeps his 45 horses and buys some more cows. Work out the number of cows he must buy. The new total for cow counts must be 3/5 times 45. This equates to 27. He must therefore buy 27 minus 20 cows, which equates to 7. Question 4b. 6 years ago, the farmer invested $3,750 at a rate of 4% per year compound interest. Calculate the total value of his investment after the 6 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest dollar. The required total investment after 6 years is 3750 times 1.04 to the order of 6, and solve to the nearest dollar. Next, the farmer wants to spend his investment on buying goats. Goats cost $126 each. Work out the maximum number of goats he can buy and the amount of money left over. By having 47/45 divided by 126, this comes to a 37 with a remainder of 83. This equates to the number of goats being 37 and the amount of money left over being $83. Question 4c. The farmer grows carrots. In 2018, the selling price for carrots was $96 per ton. In 2019, the selling price increased by 18%. Work out the increase in the selling price from 2018 to 2019. The required increase can be calculated by multiplying 18% with $96. Question 5. A sequence of patterns is made using lines and dots. The first 3 patterns in the sequence are shown below. Draw pattern 4 on the grid. This is the added pattern in blue on the diagram. Next, complete the table. The table is best completed by counting the number of dots and lines. You could then validate for correctness, for it needs to be some sort of a sequence. In the case of number of dots, it would be adding by 1 in succession, and in the case of lines, you would be adding by 3 in succession. Question 5c. Find an expression in terms of n for the number of dots in pattern n. As the number of dots is just 1 above the pattern number, this is n plus 1. Next, find an expression in terms of n for the number of lines in pattern n. With the sequence being one that adds by 3 in succession, the expression would have the element 3n. Next is to find the offset k for when n equals 1 is equal to 4. Question 5D. A pattern has 76 lines. Work out how many dots are in this pattern. This would be the element of n when 3n plus 1 is 76. This identifies n as being 25, making n plus 1 to be 26. Question 6a. Solve these equations. The math should take x to being 8. Solve the next equation. The math should show that x is equal to -2 here. A club is arranging transport for its members. Speedy coaches charge $625 plus $15 per member. The total cost in dollars for X members is given by the expression 15X plus 625. Sporty coaches charge $117 plus $19 per member. Write an expression for the total cost in dollars for X members. The required expression is 19X plus 117. Next, the total cost is the same for both speedy coaches and sporty coaches. Write down an equation and solve it to find X. This would be equating the two expressions and then solve for X. Question 7a. The line L is shown on the grid. Find the equation of the line in the form y equals mx plus c. The line on the grid is y equals minus 5x plus 6. Next, complete the table of values for y equals x squared plus 2x plus 4. The values are 3 and 12 respectively. Next, on the grid opposite, draw the graph of y equals x squared plus 2x plus 4 for the given range. This is obtained by plotting the graph per the given coordinates on the table. Next, for the range, write down the x-coordinate of the point of intersection of the line L with the curve. Where the two lines intersect, its x value is 0.25. Question 8a. Work out the value of x. This is 180 degrees minus 74 degrees minus 71 degrees. Next, work out the value of y. Having filled the alternate angle, y is 180 degrees minus 71 degrees minus 35 degrees. Question 8b. Work out the value of w. Give reasons for your answer. W is 43 because the sum of all internal angles of a triangle and a straight line is 180 degrees. Hence, W is 128 degrees minus 85 degrees. Question 8c. Use trigonometry to calculate the value of p. With sine p being equal to 8 over 15, we can solve for p. Question 8d. The diagram shows the path of a plane from airport A to airport B. Show that the distance between A and B is 375 kilometers. You can show this using the Pythagoras formula. Next, the plane flies at an average speed of 450 kilometers per hour. It leaves A at 14:45 and flies directly to B. Work out the time the plane arrives at B. With time being distance divided by speed, it comes to 50 minutes. By adding this duration to 14:45, we get to 15:35. Question 9. The diagram shows four shapes A, B, C, and D. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B. This is a rotation of 180 degrees with center at 6 and 7. Next, describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape C. This is a reflection against the line x equals 1. Next, describe fully the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape D. This is an enlargement of scale factor 2 with center at 6 and 11. Next, on the grid, draw the image of shape A after translation by the vector -3 and 2. This would be the blue block on the diagram. Question 9C. Which shapes, if any, are congruent to shape D? Give a reason for your answer. None are congruent to shape D, as none are the same size with shape D. We have reached the end of this walkthrough. Do be on the lookout of our other walkthroughs if you found this beneficial.